Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to A Better World with Adrienne. I am really grateful and excited to be dropping in with you on this topic of questions to ask yourself halfway through 2026. This is like halftime pulse check vibes. This is, you're going in the locker room halfway through the game and like there's a certain score on the scoreboard and you know intuitively, do you feel like you're winning or do you feel like you're losing or do you feel like maybe it's a tie neck and neck? And by the way, the person you're playing is you. The person you're playing is life itself. This episode is, it just came through so strong for me right now at the time of this recording at the end of June because everything we do here is all about how can you self-actualize in this lifetime with as much precision, mastery, joy, pleasure, delight as possible, and channel your gifts for New Earth, for a better world, through your business, through your relationships, through your bloodline, through your health, through your wealth, like all of these things to manifest your dreams, manifest your destiny, and to anchor as much light as possible so we can flip the grid on our planet to bliss, prosperity, harmony with the earth, unconditional love, peace, freedom for all people, beings everywhere. This is the name of the game. And June is important because the solstice is really this checkpoint. It's a halfway checkpoint where the rhythms of Mother Earth and the rhythms of Father Sky line up. The astrology in Mother Earth, the seasons, all of that lines up 4 times per year, the solstices and the equinoxes. And so here in New Earth Elite, we are leveraging these portals for mastery with the unseen realm. And not only is it that, the end of June, we're wrapping up Q2, we're going into Q3 and Q4 for everybody who is a business owner. Like, what you do now in this time of the year, at this halfway mark, this is your opportunity to really get clear and take stock of your life. And what you do now and the choices you make now are setting into motion and deciding what you're going to celebrate or not celebrate in December, what you're how you're going to start 2027. You know, it is we've got to get even more dialed. The energy is accelerating at a rapid clip, and that means we've got to get more dialed on the fundamentals. So, this episode is just, stream of consciousness, some questions to be asking yourself halfway through the year to really get real from a place of love, honor, reverence, respect for yourself, respect for the creator, respect for the dreams that have been sown in your heart, respect for the fact that you have a really important soul mission and divine assignment. This is your time to get really, really clear on where am I with what I wanted to do in 2026, what I claimed I would do. And I just want to reiterate, you're not like most people. I can tell you right now, before I even start teaching on any of these questions, there are people in your life, there are situations in your life, there are environments in your life that are dragging you down because you are scared to offend people. You are scared to be epic. You are scared to outgrow people yet again. It's like I outgrew everything and I just figured out the ecosystem of how, to do it at this current level. And now I'm being asked to 10x, 100x again, and I'm scared because I might lose a bunch of relationships again and it's like, okay, yes, you might. The people that are supposed to come with you are going to come with you. It's not something I really want to boldly share is that it's not personal. Like it's energetics. If there are people in your life that are draining you and you choose to keep them around, and you choose not even keep them around, but you choose to keep spending time with them, you are deciding to drain yourself. You are deciding to hold yourself back. You are deciding to not self-actualize. It's so important this year. It's more important than ever because the masses are going to spiral down. You cannot be one of them. Especially July, August, the energy is insane. It's going to ratchet up even more. And as we move into July of 2026, three things are happening on the same day. We have Mercury stationing retrograde, so lessons coming back from the past, which is beautiful. These questions are going to help you. And we have Jupiter entering Leo, Jupiter, the planet of luck, abundance, expansion, opportunity, um, is entering Leo, which is the ruler of the zodiac. It is the king and queen. It is spiritual royalty. It is your leadership. It is your courage. And then we also have a full moon in Capricorn, which is an illumination of the long-term vision. Capricorn rules hard work. Capricorn rules structure, responsibility, discipline. Okay. It's all about the long game. So you are going to be shown at the beginning of, end of June, beginning of July. All three of those things are happening on the same day. You are being shown what you've got to refine. You are being shown you're celebrating things that you've done to build the long-term vision, and you're also being exposed to where you have not taken responsibility for what's required to build the long-term vision. And Jupiter entering Leo is calling for your most audacious, expansive leadership. A lion does not purr quietly in the corner like a beta. No, no, no. A lion roars, walks up proudly onto Pride Rock, like in The Lion King, and roars and rules their kingdom, queendom. You have got to rule your life. You have got to rule the mechanics of the universe, energetic law. It is obvious, it is written. You can stop playing the limited human game and just permanently fuse with the creator and have blessings and miracles beyond any circumstance, beyond any economy, beyond any mainstream news, beyond any, there's a lot of war going on the planet. Like, just because there is extreme volatility and chaos and pain in the collective, this means you've got to double down even more on your boundaries, on your leadership, on like if you aren't dialed in with your health, I can guarantee your third eye is blocked, which means your intuition is blocked, which means your miracles are blocked. Is a double down vibes over here. So, we're going to get into these questions. Before I fully dive into them, let's take a deep breath together and just anchor and ground and connect. If you're able to close your eyes, close your eyes. If you're driving, I do kindly ask that you keep your eyes open. Unless you're in a self-driving car, then by all means, close your eyes. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out the mouth. Ah, one more like that. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out the mouth. Okay. Questions to ask yourself halfway through 2026. Halftime pulse check. Let's go. Before we get into this, if you already know you want mentorship the rest of 2026, if you are already feeling the power of what it would be like to have me in your pocket daily, in session, in person, doing activations on land around the world, really fusing high performance with spiritual mastery to 10x, 20x, 50x, 100x your mission, go to the link in the show notes and apply to work with me one-on-one. I'm booking clients in June. I would love to welcome you. So if you know the space is for you, there are limited spots. I would love to welcome you. I have one space for a VIP day with me in France in July, and that can be yours. So whether you want to do one-on-one long-term mentorship, whether you want to do one day or an immersion, go apply through the link in the show notes. Everything you need is there for you. And you already know if I'm the mentor for you. Go apply, press pause, apply, come back to this episode. Okay, so we're going to dive into these questions. And just imagine you are in the locker room with yourself, with creator, with your teammates. Your teammates are the different parts of yourself. Your teammates are people in your life, the core relationships. They are your guides, they are your angels, different, you know, parts of your life, and creators there. If you have any mentors and coaches, currently healers, um, everybody's in the locker room, but you're in charge of this meeting. The creator is not going to chase you down, by the way. The creator, all of this stuff is based on free will. Why is it that most people never self-actualize? Why is it that most people, the people that you're here to lead, we live in a sick society that you are here to liberate. We live in a sick society you are here to liberate. Why is society sick? Because free will. Creator cannot force on anybody. It's a free will choice to self actualize, to become wealthy, to be healthy, to be free, to be happy. Okay. And so you've got to choose again and again and again and again and again. You've got to hold this meeting with yourself. Creator's not going to bang down your door to have this meeting. Now you might get slapped in the face energetically if you don't pay attention to your life, especially if you have a big soul mission. The creator is going to be more strict with you, going to be more harsh with you if you have a soul mission because he respects you. He respects your ability to grow. He respects your ability to change. Um, if people, if there are no expectations, that means there's a lack of respect there. So I personally love that the creator is hard on me, even when it's painful, because I know the creator respects me. And it's like, yeah, she has a big mission. I cannot treat her like everybody else. Right? Whereas someone who's just coasting through their whole life, they're gonna have an easier life because they're not using their free will to self-actualize, right? So, okay, I'm listing off these questions. They came through stream of consciousness. I'm not going to go super deep into them. If you and I were in a one-on-one coaching session and you were my one-on-one client, or we were in person in France doing activations and breath work and going deep into what does it mean to live your soul purpose right here, right now, we would go a lot deeper. Um, I'm listing off these questions in this podcast. The best way you can get an ROI out of this podcast is to sit down with your journal with these questions and get real with yourself and be honest with yourself and like make a ceremony out of it. Like light a candle. What I would suggest is listening to the episode first and then later coming back and going deep into the questions with your journal. That's how you're going to reap the rewards from this. If you just listen to this and never go into the questions, then you have chosen that this is entertainment, not education. And that right there tells me why you don't have what you say you currently want, right? So I'm feeling very spicy. I'm feeling very alive. I'm in major like yeah, halftime in the locker room vibes right now. Okay. Question one. Have I landed the shifts I've made into my body and identity? How must I refine this process? Okay. So you're someone who invests in your personal growth. You're someone who does a lot of new things. You likely have a business. You're already way more successful than most people. You are not operating in the matrix, right? Um, if you have been going hard in the paint on your spiritual growth, so I'm going to use myself for example, like basically from the spring equinox till now, I've been traveling basically nonstop except for June. I did 3 months of nonstop travel. I did 3 deep dive immersions with my Kabbalah teacher. And I was in just this insane like growth sprint, right? And then June hit and I was like my soul was like 8 steps ahead of my body. And I was like, "Oh my God, I am not even close to the person I was 3 months ago. I have got to take time to anchor this into my body, anchor this into my identity. If you do not ground the shifts, they do not become part of you. And you've got to do it in your identity and in your body, in the cells of your body. This is where breath work journeys that I facilitate come in so powerfully. So have you even landed the shifts? Or have you just been consuming and going to events and like surfacey like oh yeah, I'm going to do this and do that and do this, but did you really take time to land it in like this is who I am? Have you done healing work to change your DNA to make it part of you? Like all of this is important. You've got to land it. If you don't land it, you're going to keep going forward at that accelerated speed and you're going to be building on top of something that's not stable because you didn't land it into your body and your identity. Okay, that's the first question. How do you need to refine this? So for me, I decided all of June no travel. I've been like on a strict protocol of like really prioritizing just my feminine energy. A lot of acupuncture, a lot of just like 3 hour long forest walks and hikes barefoot, like on a Tuesday. Like all of that has been really, really important for me, especially for what's coming in July, for you, for me, for all of us. If you don't land it now, everything's going to accelerate and there will be chaos because you will be building without a foundation. Okay, next question. If I accelerate in what I'm doing now, is it taking me toward or away from my goals for the year? So imagine a big accelerator button is coming, which it is. Ready or not, here it comes. July, everything's going to accelerate. If you thought it was going fast already, just wait. If you accelerate what you are currently doing, not what you hope you have been doing, not what you said you would be doing, what you have been actually doing daily in your habits for your goals professionally, personally, with your soul mission, health, relationships, money, um, your what are the other categories I want to think about? Yeah, just all of it. Have is if you accelerated what you're currently doing, is it going to move you toward or away from your final goal? And be honest with yourself. Okay, next question. What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else is easier or unnecessary? This is not from me. This is from the book, The One Thing. It is, oh, I'm blanking on the guy's name. I'm looking over at my bookshelf to see if I can find that book. Anyways, it's this like real estate like baller. And it basically is you can narrow everything down to one thing. There's one thing. So put your life into categories. What's the one thing in every category such that by doing it, everything else is easier or unnecessary? It's just one major thing. Something that you've got to be better at, that we've all got to be better at as things move forward, especially with AI, is not being complicated. Every time things are complicated, you have left the realm of miracles, you have left the creator, you have left the simplicity of what it means to be a potent creator from the ancient codes. Okay? What's the one thing? Question, next one. Where am I optimizing when I should be deleting? I'm going to give you an example. I was trying to optimize. Instagram and social media for a while because I love creativity. I love sharing my voice. I love serving. I love just creating and teaching. And something that I really learned was how much I have been depleting myself for like basically no ROI in terms of like financial through my business or even service, like just like spitting my gifts into the void and then depleting myself and feeling like disappointed. And I was like, why am I optimizing this? This doesn't serve me. It's not serving others. I'm just gonna fucking delete it. And my energy has transformed. I even had a session with one of my healers, and she was like, I only have one like maybe 3 or 4 times a year with this person. And she was like, what have you been doing different? Because your whole energy body looks different. Up till now, every time I've looked at your aura, your energy field, it's so depleted. She's like, whatever you've been doing, you look solid, you look nourished. And I'm like, yeah, I stopped wasting my energy, you know? And if you've been listening to the podcast, you know that I am like the literally the only things I'm doing are the podcast and one-on-one clients. Like I am in such a season of dialed focus. Um, But like, what's something that you're trying to optimize when it should actually be deleted? And who told you that you've got to do that? Like, we've got to go back to first principles thinking. Like, what assumptions are you living by that you don't even realize you're living by them? Like, are you assuming you've got to do certain things to get certain results? It's all bullshit. The only rule is there are no rules. The only rule is the mechanics of the universe. So, where are you optimizing when you should be deleting? Okay, next one. How many hours per day am I wasting scrolling or mindlessly consuming? And I want you to get really real. How many hours a day are you scrolling on social media? How many hours a day are you mindlessly consuming? If you have an important soul mission, if you are listening to this podcast, I literally, it's not about never relaxing or never having fun or never letting your hair loose or anything like that. But it's like if you're watching Netflix every day and you expect to build a multi-million dollar, billion dollar company, you will not. You are watching other people make money instead of making your own money for real. And with social media, it's like you're consuming other people's thoughts. You're here to be a thought leader. The reason it feels like shit after you scroll a long time is because you are over consuming and not creating, just like when someone overeats. And that's why you gain weight. Weight gain is because you overconsumed more than what you could even process, right? That's the whole thing. I do a lot with my clients on health, weight, food, all of that through the spiritual and physical lens. Um, so if you want to get dialed on your health the rest of 2026, let's work together in New Earth Elite. Link to apply is in the show notes. Okay, you've got to be honest with yourself. The average person, which I want you to remember, you are not average. You are not average. You have never been average. No more can you be doing average shit in any way, being in any kind of average situation. It's more important for you to fly solo than it is to expose yourself to these lower vibrations. Okay? Um, if you even are scrolling for 2 hours a day, which is like very, very lowballing it, that adds up to 3 months of work weeks. That means that you are literally giving away 3 months of your year to scrolling if you're scrolling 2 hours a day. Absolutely fucking not, man. It cannot be. You've got to raise the standard. We all get to raise the standard. We all. over scroll. It's not if it's happening, it's how are you setting up systems to protect yourself from this getting out of control, right? Okay, next one. What elements created my biggest wins so far? How can I double down? And then another one after that. What elements created my biggest fails so far? How can I course correct? Here's the thing, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. You've got to dissect your wins. What happened with the wind? When? What were the conditions? What were the elements you used? How can you double down on that and repeat, 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 make a system out of it? Okay. What about the failures? How can you course correct? You don't want to double down on that. If you don't reflect, you will. Okay. What do I say I want that I'm avoiding? What's something you say you want that you're avoiding? Do you want your soulmate, but you're not putting yourself in situations to meet them, or you're not going on dates, or you're not doing the work to forgive your ex, like all of these things? What do you say that you want? What do I say I want that I'm avoiding? Okay, next one. I want you to check in with your team, your inner circle A players. Do not ask people who are not um going full out in their life their opinion. B players, their opinion is irrelevant. People not in the arena, their opinion is irrelevant. Do not allow that level of consciousness to access you. I want you going to your inner circle A players, other people in this game doing their version of birthing their creation for New Earth, right? Ask them and your core relationships. So maybe it's the C-suite of your company. Maybe it is your spouse, your partner, your close friends, um, or your mentors or coaches, and just ask them, like, what do you think I'm doing well? What do you think I could improve on? What did you see when I was winning? What did you see when I was failing? Like, none of us have a 360 mirror. That's why I will always have mentors. That's why I believe in mentorship till the day I die. That's why everybody, I believe, should have mentors, paid mentors. There's a huge difference between a paid and unpaid mentor, right? It's massive. Okay. The next question is about AI because this is only going to continue. And it's very interesting. I actually just like there's certain people that I've really loved their work for so long, and I just cannot I've just discovered how much of it is evil speech, which evil speech is just like it's a Kabbalistic term, but there's a lot of evil speech, especially in the spiritual space about AI and like being anti-AI and doing like only human stuff. And it's like, this is the future. How do we embrace it so AI bows down to work for the ancient codes, right? That's what I've always said. It's not about like just remember when there, well, we don't remember because we weren't there in this lifetime, but when they used to use horse and buggy to get everywhere. And when the wheel and when cars were invented, people went out of their minds. They're like, "No, horse and buggy, like these cars are dangerous, like blah blah blah, it's a machine." Like the same idea. And now look, we have them everywhere and it's wonderful, right? Here's the question with AI. Am I using AI out of love or fear? And the thing is, you could be using AI every day, all day, and you could be using it from a space of love, or you could be using it from a space of fear, of like, fear, I'm going to miss out on the opportunity, fear of like, I need to learn everything as soon as it comes out, or I'm going to get left behind. All of that's fear. All of that is going to create chaos. No, you've got to use it from love. So when I'm using Claude Cowork, it's like, I'm putting Claude to work on busy work to advance my agenda. And I didn't even get that until recently because I was like, I just want to feel into my body if I even want this tool. Like I use it for other things. Like for example, I have the AI turned on right now as I'm recording this podcast. It's gonna make a summary of this. It's gonna cut clips of the video. Like this is fucking amazing. It's like why would I waste my energies doing something that a robot can do? It's incorrect stewardship based on the technology we have. So you could also be not using AI at all, but from a space of fear. Like, I'm scared of this, so I'm not going to use it. Whatever way you're using AI, get real on, am I doing this because of love or fear? And you've got to reroute yourself to love. I think fear is going to come up for all of us in some way during this whole process, for sure, especially with the Atlantis um fall of civilization that happened when we got power hungry with tech. However, like New Earth has AI, New Earth has robots. Like I've seen it. I've been talking, it's so interesting when you've been in this work for a while. I've been talking about this with my mentors and in my own spiritual process for like 10 years at this point. So I'm not scared of AI because I knew it was coming. I knew it like all the robots and everything coming and it's like this is New Earth. Okay, next question. What health habit do I know I need to improve now that's wildly inconvenient in the short term, but will extend my lifespan and happiness? Okay, so without going too deep into the details, part of the reason that I've been so deeply in a nourishment phase in June is because I realized the extent of specifically what I experienced in 2024, how it impacted my nervous system and how it impacted just my feminine energy. And so I was like, because you know me, whether you're new here and this is your first episode or you've been here for 4 years of the podcast, you can tell I've got spice. I've got fire. I'm a Leo sun. I'm very, very committed to this mission and this movement. And it's like honestly, I was like, yeah, I'm doing things for my vessel and my body, obviously at a higher level than most people ever will. That doesn't mean it's my best. Same goes for you. And I was like, I haven't fully dropped into this from a spiritual, physical, mental, um, all of these angles at the same time. So in June, I've been like doing a lot, going to a lot of different like holistic practitioners and changing my like really playing with my nutrition and what that means for me and doing a lot of nervous system reset and release and rewiring. Um and basically rebuilding my root chakra. I've been rebuilding it. Um, and it's been wildly inconvenient because I'm like, there's a big part of me that I just want to keep running and I just want to keep going. And I'm like, oh yeah, let's travel here, let's travel there, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, it's inconvenient in the short term, but like, what does my soul actually want? It all, right? To have it all. And so I was like, you know what? This is important. I've been kind of pushing it aside and we're doing it now. What is that for you? Okay. What do I know that I'm pretending not to know? Just make a list, babe. You already know. It's your intuition. It's that thing where when it happens, you're going to say, I knew it. The question is, do you make moves based on your intuition when you know it, or do you wait and pretend that you didn't know and then have chaos in your life because you pretended you didn't know just to stay comfortable or to keep other people comfortable, which is usually the same thing. What are you pretending not to know? Okay, where are you gripping to the past while trying to start something new? You cannot do that. It's literally impossible. You'll half-ass both and get nothing. For real. If you grip onto the past while trying to start a new future, you will half-ass both and then you will get nothing. The only way that works, permanently cut. To decide literally means to cut. You cut off the past, you hurl yourself into the future and give it your all, and then creator does the rest. That's literally how it works. What relationships nourish me? What relationships drain me? Why are the B players still here? Again, with the relationship audit. You cannot have B players. You cannot have A minus players. You've got to have A players. And the question is, if you want A players, are you an A player? What are three skill sets you must master relentlessly to win? And what coaching support must you receive to learn faster? Every successful person has highly paid mentors for specific skill sets and for the overall ecosystem of your life and your mission. So when you hire me for one-on-one Lux mentorship inside New Earth Elite, a lot of times you hire me because there's certain categories of your life you want to improve, and then you realize that we work on the whole ecosystem of your life. Or you're someone who's already wildly successful and extremely dialed in a lot of different ways, and you just know intuitively that, okay, this is the work, this is the mentor for me. Like, let's go. I just always have a mentor, and this is the next one for me. That's how I operate usually, unless I'm hiring someone for like a one-off session. But like, for example, if you want to learn, I'm trying to think of an example. Oh, if you want to learn a new language, you could do Duolingo and like half-ass it and not get good at it. Or if you know you're going to be traveling to a country for work or maybe relocating there, you're going to hire someone and get have a tutor and talk to them and speak to them in the language and become fluent. Like, what are the skill sets? What are the mentors and coaches? Hire them now. It's not going to happen by hiring them at Thanksgiving when you realize, oh shit, I didn't do that thing in 2026 that I knew I needed to do to hit my goal. No, it's going to happen in June when you decide, you move, and then you have momentum and you do the thing. Have you consistently done the nervous system reset for healing, manifestation, and basic cellular health? The amount of input hitting you, hitting me, hitting all of us is something our bodies are not designed for. If you are not resetting your nervous system, I'm not talking about regulation. I've done so many episodes on this topic. You can go in the queue and search. Anything with breath work, I'm going to be talking about this. You've got to be resetting from the root of your DNA, going deep into the root level, physically and spiritual, of your subconscious and nervous system to reset. Press the reset button, clear it out, just basic cellular health, basic physical health, basic healing. Not I really shouldn't say basic because it is something that most people never do. However, common sense is not common practice, especially in a sick society that we live in, okay? You've got to get to the root. Again, the energy is going to start going even faster. Where you have not gotten to the root is going to be exposed to you in a wildly painful way. Don't let that be you. Do it now on your terms. This is exactly what I do with you in one-on-one mentorship in your custom shamanic breathwork journeys. So if you want to go deep into this, let's work together. Link in the show notes to apply. Where are you pretending you're normal? What must you change to own your elite role? Again, this is like there's I can't remember who said this, but I once heard a coach, one of my mentors say, she's like, "Yeah, you look ridiculous because you're a giraffe, but you're pretending you're a turtle. And you're hanging out with turtles and you're trying to fit into a turtle shell, but you're a giraffe. You look ridiculous. And she was talking about like you're trying to fit yourself into a box that like is not designed for you. So I'm going to do an episode on this. And obviously I'm guiding you if you become my client on like how all of this is impacting your unique astrology, your unique soul mission, your health, your destiny. We all have different challenges, pain, successes, desires. Um, you're here to be elite. You're here to be the 1% of the 1%. Healthy, wealthy, happy, free. You are a maverick. Stop. Like, where are you pretending you're not a maverick? Which is lying to yourself and others. I want you to rip that mask off. You've got to rip it off at the bare minimum for you to be healthy, for you to be happy. If you're blocking your own life force, you will get sick. You will develop a disease because you are just blocking energy from flowing. Okay, and then the final one, I literally could have kept writing pages and pages of these, and I was like, you know what? This feels like a good stopping point. Are you connecting with the Creator and Mother Earth daily? And this is a beautiful one to stop with because it really pulls the episode together with like a beautiful bow of like, are you connecting with the Creator daily? Are you seeking the Creator daily? Are you seeking Mother Earth daily? Are you seeking spirituality daily? Are you seeking your soul daily? This is free will. It's not going to come knocking at your door. What's going to come knocking at your door is noise trying to distract you from your soul. You've got to be the one carving the path daily. Mother Earth, stay in your body. If you haven't listened to the Chiron and Taurus episode yet, listen to that. It's massive. You've got to be using your free will to win with Creator. And it's very obvious how to win. What does winning mean? You live your dreams, you make your positive impact in the world, you die with no regret. You leave it all on the court. So, this is your halftime pulse check. These are the questions to ask yourself halfway through 2026. I would love to hear from you what stuck out, what really resonated with you, what maybe alarmed you. Potentially, you might feel activated or triggered by something. That is a doorway to your greatest breakthrough. So, yeah, I'm going to be going through these myself and I'm very excited. Um, 2026 is a potent year for you and your soul mission. And you really like your 2027 is being decided right now through your choices, through how you live, through how you even engage with these questions. So, if you love this, if you want to go deeper into this work with me, I'm enrolling one-on-one clients to one-on-one Lux mentorship inside New Earth Elite, as well as concierge VIP days and immersions around the globe, specifically in Paris and south of France in July and August. So, if you are interested in working with me in one-on-one mentorship, if you are interested in coming and meeting me in France, or we can meet really anywhere in the world, honestly, on land that's important to you, go to the link in the show notes. I will be in touch after I receive your application. So, first, go to the link. Second, apply. Share your heart with me. Share your wins, your celebrations. Maybe something that came up for you in this episode. You're like, holy shit. And like you want to dive deep into this with me as your mentor to get there faster through healing, knowledge, and skill. Healing doesn't matter without knowledge and skill. Knowledge and skill don't matter without healing. We got to have all three. It's the trifecta of transformation that we do inside New Earth Elite. And our quadrants are healthy, wealthy, happy, and free. Stewarding, our missions of divinity. And yes, it's a rhyme because that's how we do. If you know you want to work with me, apply. I will be in touch and I will be curating a bespoke offer for you if we are an aligned fit. I can't wait to hear from you. I can't wait to receive your application if you feel the call. And I'm really, really excited about the rest of this year. It has already been historic. And it really is time to double down. It's time to make something wonderful. It's time to be excellent. It's time to raise the bar. It's time to raise the standard. It's time to fly, to really fly. And it is my greatest honor and privilege to serve you in such a fated important time on our planet. So, if you want to work together, you know what to do. You know where the links are. Go out there, be the change, be the light, be the real you. Make a stranger smile. And I will see you next time on A Better World with Adrienne.